My name is Amanda Turner, and I am from St. Petersburg, Florida, which is near Tampa. It's about 30 minutes south of Tampa. I moved here to Ajijic 4 years ago. What makes Estrellita unique is the fact that it is located in Ajijic Centro. It's about 1 block from everything, including the lake, shopping and dining on the main street of Cologne, the plaza, City Centro. So I was an artist, I was a muralist in St. Petersburg, Florida, and I had this big dream that I wanted to travel outside of the US to a Latin American country, and I wanted to learn Spanish, I wanted to learn about another culture. So I sold everything I owned and I bought a one-way ticket to Costa Rica, and I backpacked through Costa Rica and Guatemala, and in exchange for stays I did murals for hostels. And then someone asked me to come house sit here. So I said, why not? And I came here, flew to Ajijic and house sat for a month, and just decided to stay here. What makes Ajijic special is, number one in my opinion, is the weather. It's perfect weather nearly year round. There are 2 months out of the year where it gets kind of hot. And then in the winter months, it gets down to probably like the 40s or 50s, and I'm talking Fahrenheit. But the weather is near perfect all year round. It just feels so good here, and just the greenery and the mountains. I mean, the mountains are right there, and then the lake is like right there, you know? I mean, that's pretty cool. So, and then of course the people. So when I was in Guatemala, I lived in Antigua for a month and a half, and it was beautiful, and I wanted to live there. I wanted to kind of settle roots there for a few years before I returned to the US. And I'm glad that I made it here, because the Mexican people are just so friendly, and the comparison between Guatemala and here, and I'm not trying to say that Guatemalans are, unfriendly or anything, but just the difference in the amount of friendliness, and helpfulness, and they're just so much friendlier here. And then just the culture, they're very family oriented, and they love parties. I mean, they love parties more than they love money, like Americans, So it's just a great culture, and there's great architecture here, and this town is abundant in artists. Talking to someone today about safety in Ajijic, and they were telling me about how they lived in another part of Mexico, and the crime rate was really high, and he was giving me examples of this, and I started thinking about it because I don't think about it too often, but here in Ajijic we don't have a lot of crime. We don't have a lot of break-ins. We don't have robberies or car theft or violence or anything like that. We just don't, I don't know what it is about that, if it's because we have a much older gringo community here, or if it so happens that it's just a small town where everyone knows each other, and so you can't really get away with much, I mean, there's really, it's almost, I would say, non-existent here. I mean, things do happen just like they happen everywhere, but it's very, very rare here. When I moved here 4 years ago, the average age, I would say, was about 70 and up. So I found it very hard to relate when I first came here, but I thought it was so beautiful, and I had goals in mind when I came here: to learn Spanish, to learn about culture, to further my art career with Adobe Illustrator and everything, and I thought this would be the great place to do it because I didn't know anybody, and I could focus on that thing. So as time has gone on, just in the 4 years that I have been here, I've seen the age range go down. So yes, I am seeing people, young couples with kids, families, moving here with their kids and buying homes and raising their kids here. The average age range is probably 50 and up at this point, and it's only been 4 years. So things are changing in Ajijic. Businesses are opening. Not that that's necessarily a good thing or a bad thing. It's just different, you know. I mean, it's good to have diversity in different places. So, yeah.